Alrighty everyone, this is back to the 22 Creedmoor. We are on the 100-yard line doing a pressure test and some groups. So we're finishing off the pressure test. The last we ended off with the 22 Creedmoor was the last pressure test we had. Didn't run into any pressure signs. And like I've said before with the 22 Creedmoor, with this 6.5 twist barrel, I'm going to run into stability issues way before pressure ever happens. And I got a lot of new subscribers, so a lot of you guys don't know, I got this 6.5, if I had a preference on twist, it would be a 7 or 8 twist. Now, when I bought a 22 Creedmoor barrel, there was nothing around, because I got it right around when it got SAMI approved, so people were mad dashing to a lot of it was selling out. Actually, I got it a little bit before SAMI approved, but a lot of people knew it was gonna get SAMI approved. So yeah, I couldn't find anything around that time. I didn't do a massive search, but I searched my normal areas, and I couldn't find anything. The only thing I could find that was quickly was this barrel. Anything else was a 6 to 12 month wait. And honestly, I don't know. I probably should have went that way, but money was tight and I didn't really know if I was going to have enough money for like another build like the 308. And if I would have known that, I would have just, you know, went with the 308, kept the 308 on the channel for a while, and maybe went with the 22 Creedmoor a little bit later and just tied the channel over with the 308. But the other thing was I was getting the field stock in the first build, so I wanted a little bit smaller caliber for the field stock because it's not a heavy rifle. So that was another part of my decision for going with 22 Creedmoor. Plus, I wanted 22 Creedmoor bad. Like, I did a lot of research on that caliber, and it was a toss-up between 25 Creedmoor and 22 Creedmoor. And ended up going with 22 because I knew it was going to get SAMI approved here shortly. So that was the reason why I went with 6.5 twist. That was the only thing I could find quickly. And at that time, there wasn't a lot of data. I know Horizon has been putting out quite a bit of stuff about it. You know, you don't really need a long barrel with 22 Creedmoor, you don't need a fast twist. You know, I did quite a bit of research, but, you know, and I already knew I was going to, like, don't think I got this 6.5 twist thinking I was going to be able to just shoot anything and everything at any time. I knew I was going to have, you know, a little bit of trouble, you know, with the lower end bullets. And that's the other thing to let you guys know, I planned on shooting mostly heavy bullets through this. I just wanted to start off with the lower bullets to, you know, to see if I could get them stabilized and what it would take to get them stabilized. I'm still gonna, you know, like I showed you guys, I still have the 62 grain BTs I'm gonna be trying in this. I jumped up to the 80s real quick just to see how those fly through that. That will probably be my next bullet, is either the 62 grain, it'll probably be the 62 grain VTs, and then we'll move to the burgers, because the burgers are the 85.5, so that's even heavier. And then I just got the 88 grain ELDMs in the mail. So we are going heavy. I'm gonna jump back to the 62 grain just for a little bit, just to, you know, I got the bullets, might as well try them. Plus, I heard the 62 grain VTs fly really good, so I plan on shooting those. But I plan mostly on shooting heavy bullets through this caliber anyway, so I shouldn't have too many troubles. But so that's that. I just wanted to clear that up with you guys. I've been getting a lot of comments why I went with the 6.5 twist barrel. That was stupid. Blah blah blah. Guys, I know. I know. This caliber can freaking shoot lights out speed, and once you get lights out speed, like someone was saying in the comments, around 300,000 RPMs, you just hit or miss on coming apart. Now, these 80 grains, I'm stabilizing above 3,000 pretty regularly. I haven't had one fall apart yet, and that's kind of what today is. stepping it up a little bit. The last pressure test was, oh shit, I can't remember what the loads were, but didn't run into any stability issues on that one. So this one steps it up even a little bit more. So what I went with is 37 grains. Now, like I told you guys, my pressure tests are 1 bullet each at each charge weight. And so the first one is 37 grains, 37.2, 37.3, 37.4, 37.5. And that ends the pressure test. I'll probably shoot that first. And then to finish off getting the brass up to fire form, so I don't have any odd brass in the batch here, I got 3 groups and 3 groups of 5 and 3 fowlers, and that should get everything up to fire form. So we'll be shooting also 3 groups today, 3 5-shot groups, and some 3 fowlers. Technically don't need the 3 fowlers because the gun's already going to be warm, but whatever. So the 3 fowlers are 36.2. I stepped that down. What I did was, the groups we're shooting today, I took from the last pressure test the best results I got. The best group results and the best SDs and ESs are the groups from today. Or the groups from the last pressure test. That's what we're going to be shooting today. So the 3 fowlers are 36.2, and then we're starting the groups at, the first 5 are 36.4, the next 5 are 36.6, and the next 5 are 36.8. So those should all be stable. Now that doesn't mean they're fully going to be stable, because the last pressure test I only shot 1 bullet each. So it doesn't mean if I would have done a pressure test with 5 shots on each load, a couple would have came apart in there. So in these groups, some may come apart, but I haven't run into that yet with the 80 grains. And hopefully today runs good as well. I'm not going to be stepping up any further than the 37.5 grains. That will probably be it. If these stay all stable through this pressure test, then that'll be it. And I'll probably load some more up at that higher end if these pressure bullets, all stay together. So that's it. This is all H4350. We're trying out that powder in this caliber for a while. There isn't a lot of data on that, so I kind of started out this powder in this caliber kind of blindly. Peterson has a little bit of load data on it, but not a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna get the target set up and let's get this show on the road. All right, guys, the light sucks right now, but I'm just gonna roll with it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys can see the dots. The light's kind of heading back down the other way, so it's going to be a little bit in the target camera. And it will start being in my face if I don't hurry up, so. Another thing I'm going to start doing is, a lot of people were complaining about me putting on the safety every time I take a shot. And that's just a habit I got in with hunting all my life. You kind of take a shot, or you jack a shell in and throw a safety on. I learned that since I've been little, and it's really not a bad thing. But when you're trying, I do agree with you guys. Like when you're trying to go for groups, you want to keep your head on the gun as long as possible. You don't want to keep fizzing around with the safety and all that. You want to. The ideal thing is to get. That's what I'm going to try and do now, is try and get 5 shots off, then throw the safety on. The other reason why I can't just stay on the gun for the whole time is because the camera I'm shooting on only stays recording for like 17 minutes or something like that. So, like, I got to get up. It's actually random times. It's anywhere from like 11 minutes to 17 or 18 minutes. So I never know if it's still recording, so after 5 shots, I've gotten in the routine of just getting up, taking it off record and then just putting it back on, resetting the timer. So I'm kind of screwed in that situation as well, but that's what I'm going to try and do, and get 5 shots off, and then throw the safety on, reset the camera, and then get another 5 shots. All right, let's get this going. Alright, let's get the pressure test shot off first. First one is 37 grains. You guys are going to see it on the target down there. The top row of 5 is the pressure shots. Actually, shit. I made it so each one is going to go at 1 bullet for each dot, but I usually shoot them all at 1 dot, so I'm probably just going to shoot them all at the top left dot, just to make it easy. No, actually, I'm gonna do. Let me see here. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna do the 3rd dot over from the left top row. I'm just gonna shoot all 5 at that one. That way, I'm not shooting close to the target hanger, and the next groups are on the bottom row anyway. So, all right, first pressure round is 37 grains. We are off safety. I have no clue where that went. That went 30-34 was the FPS on that. Brass looks good. Alright, I can't tell if that hit or not. These freaking 22 calibers, man, they leave a little bullet hole down there, so. I'm gonna keep going with it. Maybe we already hit our limit at the end of that last pressure test. I have no clue. We'll find out. If none of these show up on paper, then yeah, we were at our limit. Okay, I see that one. 30-64. That one was 37.2. Just 0.2 higher. Looks good. .30-80. Looks good brass wise. I don't see that one on paper. So they are probably coming apart. That one's right through the other hole, or just a hair below it. I'll wait on that. We are at, so that one dropped down just a little bit. That was 30-75. That's one thing we had with the last pressure test, is all of them steadily, gradually went up. None of them fluctuated up and down and all that. Looks good. And last shot for pressure test, or stability test, whatever. This is both. More stability test than pressure, because like I said, never going to hit pressure before the bullets start exploding on this gun anyways. And that one went top left. And this was 30-77. Alright. Alright, so I'm not getting standard deviation off all these because no point, or ES. but I will take down the average out of them all. So average was 3066.4. It's good to get the average, even though I'm going up 0.2 per shot. It's good to know what your average FPS is, only going up 0.2, you know, with 5 shots. And if you do that enough, you kind of know how much this powder will, you know, will fluctuate in how many rounds and how many tenths and blah blah blah. So, alright, so let's move on to the groups. First groups are foulers. So we're going left to right on the target again. It's that bottom row. I'm going to shoot 3 foulers at 36.2. And the brass on that last pressure test looks good. So all those are going to be in my writing. You know what? I might drop this down just a little bit while I'm still on the foulers. Brought it 3 clicks up, and hopefully I can get it to hit below the dot or just on the bottom edge of the dot, because all the writing is just right above the dot. So let's see what that does. Brass looks good. Bottom edge of the dot. Good. 2983. Oh, I'm waiting. I'm not writing down each one this time. Gotta remember. You bastard. Oh. Haven't shot in a couple weeks. My daughter's going through driving school and shit like that, so I've been busy as shit. Gotta get back in the rhythm. It's only been a couple weeks, but last summer I shot almost every freaking day. Well, almost every other day. Right next to the other one. Alright, that one was 3001, so all 3 foulers, an average FPS of 2991, an SD of 7.5, gorgeous, and an ES of 17.8. So yeah, ES was 17.8, that could be a little bit better, but those are all good numbers. So, like I said, all of these I took from the last pressure test, and they're the best SD groups I got, SD and ES groups I got. Alright, moving on. Brass looks good. Alright, first 5-shot group, 36.4. bastard. That's the first feeding malfunction I've had on this. Hopefully I didn't fuck up the tip. Nope, everything looks good. You know what, I'm gonna feed them singly. I've done plenty of testing during the break-in. Yeah, I'll do them singly. This thing fed, during that 100-round break-in, man, frickin' fed phenomenally. I had maybe one little malfunction, and that was maybe the second, or that was probably the first. I can't remember. Can't remember too many, at least. Still a little high on the dot, but gonna have to leave it. Alright, I'm gonna try not come off the gun. I gotta check the first round either way. I mean, I already know most of these aren't gonna show pressure signs, but I always at least like to try to check the first round that comes out, you know, for brass. And so for the next 4, I'll try and stay on the gun the best I can. Alright, barrel's starting to get warm, so I'll, after these 4, I'll let it cool down. $29.75. $3,004. $3,005. Boy, that group. That last one was a decent little flyer. That's another reason why I take my head off the damn gun every time, because I don't like searching for this brass. Alright, so SD of 10.7, or an average of all 5 shots, $29.95, an SD of 10.7, and an ES of 29.6. Yeah, that's not very good. Alright, let's let this cool down a little bit, and we'll move on. Alright guys, let's move on. Barrel's lukewarm, but I don't want to shoot while this damn sun drops down my range about, I'd say 6 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock at this time of year. The sun will drop perfectly down center of the range and come right into my line of sight. So let's get the show on the road. Barrel's perfect. Hopefully I can get the last 2 round groups out of it. 2 groups out of it. Last 10 shots. Alright. Yeah, we're doing one at a time. Ready to go. So, 3rd dot over, 36.6 grains. All rounds have stayed together so far. Yeah, let me put this like this, maybe I can eject it right into the box. $3,001. $3,004. Nah. $3,003. $3,013. Damn! That shifted way left. Making sure my scope is... Yeah, she's tight. All brass looks good. Damn good SD. So all 5 shots was an average of 3,004, an SD of 4.5, and ES of 12.7. Let's move on to the last shots. Yeah, last bullet on that last group. I'm pretty sure it shifted way left. If that's the right bullet I'm looking at, or right hole I'm looking at. Alright, last 5 shots. 36.8 grains. Get out of here, you bastard. All the shots have felt nice. I don't think I've pulled any. It felt good on my end. Alright. Last dot over. I'm going to try and maintain the rest. Right there on the left side of that group. Fuck. 30-42. Remember, I level out this thing every time too. Make sure it's fully level. Those 2 fell right on the bullseye, hair left. 30-61. See, that one shot off a little bit more left. And barrel's warm. Keep my hand right on it, but it's warm. That one kicked it out way left. Huh. .30-13. I'm going to try holding the rifle a little bit different. Kind of fighting the twist of it, and that's why I think they're kind of shooting out left a little bit. Trying to set it so this is just purely flat, but I'm fighting the twist kind of with my wrist to keep this bubble level. I got it as level as I can with the pegs, and I think that's why they're kicking out left, because I kind of felt that last one twist a little bit on me, the gun. I think that's what it is. I think I'm pushing too hard against that fore-end stop. I think I just realized that. Or I think that's what it is. It'll loosen up on the forward pressure. That's what it is. I'm pretty sure. That one went right back into those. I think as I'm shooting the first two, whatever, but the next, like I'm shooting 5, so after the first two, I'm just pushing a little harder and harder into that fore-end stop. And I noticed that with the last shot I just did, not that one, but the one before that, that when I let off the gun settled, or when I let pressure off the gun settled back in. And it twisted back this way a little bit. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm pretty damn sure. I'm just pushing too far forward, or too much pressure forward, so it's twisting, letting the gun kind of pick up off the bag a little bit and twist left and right. It's alright, that was the last shot. I got to get back in the groove of things anyways. Average of all 5 was 30-34. SD was 16.5. Horrendous. And ES is 48.3. Jesus Christ. Goddamn bat just hit me in the face. 48.3. So one thing I got to do is get back in the groove of shooting. Yeah, I just gotta get back in the groove of shooting. I get shooting for a good month straight. Like last summer, I shot almost all summer, and by the end of it, I was getting some really good groups, really steady on the rifle. But that was also my bench rifle that sits, I mean, dead flat anyways. That you don't have to do a whole lot to that gun to have it sit flat. And this rifle is just a lot lighter. It's a lot lighter than my 308, a lot lighter than my bench rifle. The bench rifle sits dead flat no matter what. The 308 has a lot of weights on it, internal, external. Well, no external, but a lot of internal, and it's got one hell of a thick barrel on it. So those two guns sit flat and are heavy. This is a lot lighter, lighter contour barrel. I mean, it's still MTU-ish contour. I think it is MTU. So, but yeah. Just got to put a lot less pressure forward. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. As you guys can see, the last two five-shot groups I got down there, towards the end of like the last 3 shots on each group, all kicked left, far left, on like a few of them. So, yeah, let's get these up on the bench. We'll check the brass out. Brass all looks good anyways, but we'll check out the brass and check out the groups. Alright guys, we're back up in the bench. Let's see what the brass looks like. Let's get focused in here as much as we can. So, this was the pressure test. Yeah, didn't find any pressure signs. That was the highest charge we've shot out of the 80 grain. 20 or 37 point something, can't remember. I'll tell you. Oh, 37.5. So yeah, all look good. Primer has a little bit of flow back. This has done that the whole time. This action. It's not excessive, but that looks all about normal for this action. And then we got our groups. 3 foulers, and this is our highest charge weight, or highest charge weight of the groups. All look good. Yeah, good to go. And didn't expect any pressure signs anyways, but alright, let's look at some groups here. Not very good, not very happy with these groups. Oh, let me sit down. Alright, so first ones we had are those 5 pressure test ones right there up at the top. Shot all at the 37.3. I don't know why I filled out all 5. For some reason I thought one was going to go on each one, but I don't do that with pressure tests. I shoot them all at one dot and see where they go. And I forgot to remember what bullet was what, so I don't even remember. I'll have to look back at the recording and figure it out, but either way, it's not that big of a deal. All of them did hit paper. I wasn't sure if they did, but they did, because if you remember correctly, the first shot couldn't tell, second shot I could. So the first shot must have been that one, maybe in the 3. It was hidden, because I know that one was the last one, the one here off to the far left. So first shot couldn't tell. Second shot I do know was that one. There's 2 here. It's the top one of these 2. Third shot couldn't tell. First shot I couldn't tell. Second shot I could. Third shot I couldn't. That's what it was. Yeah. So I think the first shot and third shot was probably one of these ones in the writing up top. That's probably what it was. And then after the third shot, the fourth and fifth, I knew hit paper. This is the fifth. I do know that. So the only ones I know are second shot, which is this one, and fifth shot, which is that one. The rest I can't quite remember. But either way, it's glad to know all of them stayed together. We reached, let's see here, we reached a high of 3080, but that was the third shot. The fourth and fifth went down and then back up again. So we went 30-34, 30-64, 30-80, then it dropped down to 30-75, and then back up to 30-77. So not bad. An overall average of 30-66 of all 5 shots. And I didn't get an SD or ES because I don't do that, because I'm purposely changing each bullet I'm shooting. So ES and SD is going to be garbage because you're fluctuating it purposely. So yeah, glad they all stay together at 30-80. So it means I can load some up in the higher range here, and they should all stay together. That doesn't mean they absolutely will, because like I said, just because I shot 1 it stayed together doesn't mean if I load up another 4 behind that, 1 out of the 5 may, you know, fall apart. But I will test this area out. Our lowest for the groups was the Fowlers, obviously. It's the lowest charge weight, and that was 2991. So basically 3,000. All hit. So you got 1, 2, 3 there. So, but I purposely shot this one and then moved the scope down because I didn't want to be hitting in the frickin' black marks, because I can't tell when it's up in the writing. What I might end up doing is making it so they're all hitting left of the dot, right even with it, but left. That way they're good vertically, and if it changes anything other than that, then I know, you know, it's the load messing up or me messing up. Like this time. These are some horrendous groups, and I don't think it's the load. I'm going to reload these and go up from here for the next round. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to do, because I'm pretty sure all these bad groups are induced by me. Now, I didn't pull any shots, but I'm pretty sure it was the pressure I was holding against the gun, against the fore-end stop, because a couple of the times that I let off the back of the gun, I noticed it settle back down and twist a little bit. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I know what's going on. Like I said, I haven't shot in like 2 weeks now, just been super busy, so, you know, rusty again a little bit. But plus we've had rain like a motherfucker, so I haven't been able to get out for that reason. And any nice day I had, I frickin' was at driver's ed with my daughter. So yeah, we're gonna reload these up because I'm pretty sure they're all my fault. And a lot of these were really good SDs. The first 3 groups were pretty damn good SDs. 7.5 SD, I mean, some trolls on the comment may not think so, but I think 7.5 is good. Let me know if you think it's good. 10.7, not quite single digit, but I think 10.7 still isn't horrible. And 4.5 was the third group. No, 7.5 was the Fowlers. 10.7 was first group. 4.5 was second group. And then my last group was the only horrendous one. 16.5 SD and 48.3 ES. Awful, but, you know, whatever. So, that's probably going to be the next one. Reloading some of these. Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably keep my... Oh, and guys, I spelled Fowlers right this time. You guys have been busting me on that. What I do is I suck at spelling, so I just use my auto talk-to-speech on my freaking phone. And whatever pops up on my talk-to-speech, I put in, because I'm usually doing it quick and, you know, not really massive research into writing, so I don't catch errors like that, and I never will. I'm just not a really good speller. I know how to spell, but, you know, to a certain extent, not the best speller, and you guys have been busting me on that. So yeah. I'll try and get Fowlers right from here on. And one of the bullets took out the U on it. But so yeah, that's probably what I'll do is, let's see here. So I'll have 2 extra groups to do because I'm done pressure tests. I don't think I'm going to go any further. Even though all hit paper, I'm hitting around 30-80 FPS. I could probably push it a little bit more, but honestly, I'm already above what Peterson put for H4350 for an 80 grain. So, yeah, I don't think I want to go any more anyways. So yeah, guys, that will probably be the next one. Just probably go up from here a little bit. I may start at maybe 36.6 and go up from there. Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll let you guys know either way, but that's probably what I'll do. Is I'll probably just start the Fowlers right same spot maybe, and I'll have 2 more groups to do that the pressure test took up on this firing. So I'll be able to go 2 more charge weights up from there. And yeah, we'll check it out. So I'm glad everything hit paper, not exploding bullets at 3,000 with the 80 grain. And yeah, we'll got plenty of bullets left. This was 100 pack of them, so got quite a few left, so we'll load a bunch up. We'll probably retest these, see if my theory was right. If I'm introducing all these left shots here, and it's all towards the end of last couple bullets in the 5-shot group are just hitting way left. So. That's what I'll do. That way I can tell if I was doing it or if I wasn't doing it. That way I can fix my own problem as well, or make sure it was me. That way I can fix it. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. Yeah, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Hey guys, I got to bring you back. Forgot to actually show you the size of the groups. Honestly, it's kind of pointless because I know I'm pretty sure I'm the fuck up on these, but might as well show you the size of them at least. So, first group, was this one first, or the furthest one's away. Gotta be, this is 2 and 1, so I think it's those two. That's middle to middle. Nope, these two are just a little bit further. Yeah. So right about there, 609 is what I'm getting, 0.609. I mean, honestly, that's still not that bad. My expectations for this rifle, I always tell you guys that anyways, you know, because you got to have expectations. You know, some guns, you know, you're happy, like with my AR-10, I'm happy at 1 inch, you know, so every gun's a little different. You're going to have expectations on certain rifles, like my bench gun. Anything over 0.4-ish, not happy with. This gun, and kinda along with my 308, I kinda treat them similarly. 0.5, 0.6 is what I'm expecting with this, with those guns. Half MOA is what I'm expecting. A little over, I'm fine with. Like I said, that I'm happy with. 0.609. I'm just not happy with the shape of the group, to be honest. I'd like them a little bit, if this one was just in there a little bit closer, I'd be happy. I mean, everybody wants a 4-leaf clover, you know, or all of them touching, but just because they're all touching doesn't mean it's a good group. You know, all those bullets are touching, but, you know, some of that's ripped out too. But honestly, they are pretty much all touching, even if some of that paper wasn't ripped out. It's a 308 bullet, so they're pretty big. But so just because they're all touching doesn't mean you know, it's a teeny group. But yeah, I'd like you know, I'd like them a little bit closer in, a little, you know, just a little bit. But 608 is about what I'm expecting for this gun. 0.5, I'd be a little more happier, but like I said, just a little over 1/2 inch, I'm okay with as well. And the next one is where I know it's got to be me. The other reason why I know it's got to be me is this gun does not shoot 1-inch groups. it's you know, it's a freaking accurate rifle. I think this is actually the first 1-inch group this gun shot. But 1.2, no go. I'm not happy with that at all. And this one, oh, almost identical. Yeah, a little bit bigger. 0.279. So yeah, awful. That's what I'm going to do. Just reload all these, plus a couple more, because I'll have more rounds that weren't used for pressure, you know, that I used for pressure test. In the next firing, I'll have them 2 extra groups I'll have. So I'll load 2 more groups past 36.8, and we'll retest this. See if it was me, or see if it's, you know, the gun, or maybe it's, I am going to check after off camera here, I'm going to check the action screws. I already checked the scope, scope's good. I'm going to check the action screws, and as long as the action screws are good, then all I can test is me. So that's what I'm going to do, reload them, check them out, and see if it was me or not. And if it's not me, then I got something else to figure out. If everything's tight, and you know, that happens again, I don't know, we'll talk it over, I guess. Alright guys, I appreciate it. Had to bring you back. I always show you guys the group, so totally forgot all about that. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next one.